Wonders of the world. When we talk about wonders of the world, what comes to mind? The Colosseum, the Great Wall. For centuries, Africa's greatest achievements were left off that list. They were ignored, questioned, or even credited to outsiders. But the evidence tells a different story. A story written in stone, metal, and memory, proving that Africa has always been a center of civilization. Let's start with Great Zimbabwe, built between the 11th and 15th centuries. This is one of Africa's most stunning architectural feats. Imagine massive granite walls, some over 11 meters high, all constructed without a single drop of mortar. The stones were cut and fitted together so perfectly that they've stood for centuries. This wasn't just a fortress. It was a bustling city, home to tens of thousands of people and the capital of a powerful kingdom controlling gold trade all the way to the Indian Ocean. When early European settlers saw it, they refused to believe Africans could have built something so magnificent. They invented stories about Phoenicians or Arabs, but archaeology has proven them wrong. Great Zimbabwe was an African city, built by African hands, a testament to African engineering genius. Next, we travel to Ethiopia, to the rock-hewn churches of Lalibela. In the 12th century, craftsmen did the impossible. Instead of building up, they carved down, creating 11 massive churches directly out of solid volcanic rock. Think about that, no modern steel tools, no explosives, just pure skill and vision. They sculpted perfect geometric shapes and even designed complex drainage systems that still work today. The most famous is the Church of St. George, a flawless cross carved from a single monolithic stone. This wasn't an accident. It was a masterpiece of advanced planning, mathematics, and deep spiritual devotion. When you hear the word pyramids, you probably think of Egypt. But what if I told you that Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt? Welcome to Meroe, the capital of the ancient kingdom of Kush. Between 300 BCE and 300 CE, Nubian kings and queens built over 200 pyramids here. These weren't copies of Egyptian pyramids. They had their own unique style, steeper, narrower, and distinctly African. They served as royal tombs for a powerful dynasty. Sadly, many were damaged by European treasure hunters in the 1800s, but what remains tells a powerful story. Africa's pyramid building tradition was diverse, widespread, and lasted for thousands of years. Let's head back to Ethiopia, to the ancient city of Axum at its peak. Axum was a global superpower, trading with Rome, Persia, and India. Its legacy is literally set in stone, towering obelisks or stelae. These monuments were carved from single pieces of granite, weighing up to 160 tons, and erected with a precision that still baffles engineers today. How did they lift and place these colossal structures so perfectly? One of the largest obelisks was looted by Italy in 1937 and only returned decades later, a symbol of a history that was stolen and reclaimed. Axum wasn't a remote kingdom. It was a world power. Now let's talk about knowledge. For centuries, the city of Timbuktu in modern-day Mali was one of the world's great centers of learning. While Europe was just emerging from the Dark Ages, West African scholars in Timbuktu were debating philosophy, astronomy, medicine, and mathematics. Over 700,000 ancient manuscripts have been preserved, many hidden by local families for centuries to protect them from invaders and extremists. These texts, written in Arabic and local African languages, prove that Africa didn't lack knowledge. The world just failed to look. Finally, the Benin bronzes, created in the Kingdom of Benin, in present-day Nigeria. These artworks are masterpieces of realism and technical skill, dating as far back as the 13th century. When British invaders saw them in 1897, they were so shocked by their sophistication that they couldn't believe they were African-made, so they looted them. Thousands of these priceless artifacts are still held in Western museums today. These weren't primitive art. They were works that rivaled those of the European Renaissance. So why do these wonders matter? Because they are more than just old buildings and artifacts. They are evidence that Africa engineered complex cities, mastered science and art, and contributed deeply to our shared world civilization. Africa's history wasn't lost by accident. In many ways, it was deliberately rewritten. But the truth is more powerful than any myth. The continent's wonders are still standing, waiting for the world to finally pay attention. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more stories like this, make sure to subscribe.